Pope Francis, the 266th Pope of the Roman Catholic Church, a humble reformer who sought to make the Catholic Church more inclusive and clashed with world leaders over the rights of immigrants, who was a profound advocate for the livelihood and the lives of all of those who were slain unjustifiably in the genocide in Gaza, has unfortunately passed away at the age of 88. Now, I am not a Catholic, not a particularly religious person at all, but he was a very woke pope. A socialist, perhaps one of the most redeeming individuals for the nation state of Argentina. We like the woke pope here. We are a fan of the woke pope here. Or at least I am, and I mourn his passing. It's one of the few instances where I've actually felt kind of bad about like a super old man dying. Kaya looks sad that Papa Francisco died. Yeah, Kaya is sad too. Kaya is actually a big fan of the Pope. Kaya is Catholic. This is the part of the broadcast where I tell you about my personal news about what's going on in the world of HASANABI Piker in between the time period where I press the stop streaming button and start the streaming button. So help me God. Let's get right into it. Ended the broadcast yesterday and immediately dove headfirst into The Pit. Watched numerous episodes of The Pit. I believe I was on like episode 8. And ironically enough, I started off on episode 8 thinking that there was only 2 more episodes left. But my mom and I were locked in. We could not keep our eyes off of The Pit. It was 14 episodes or 15 episodes, didn't even realize, and we just kept watching over it and over and over again. We're like, and we stayed up till 2, and at a certain point I turned to my mom. I looked at the time, I was like, it's 1:30, and I looked at my mom and I was like, I know this is a good show because you're not asleep right now. Because she normally, 20 minutes into any show, falls asleep. But on this show, she did not. I said, I finished The Pit last night, was locked in till 2 a.m. Amazing show, touched on everything. Labor issues, hospitals running like a business, medical racism, incels, mass shootings. They even talk about doctors experiencing fat phobia. It's an incredible show. It is an incredible show. They talk about basically every aspect of ethics in medicine. And they don't even, you know, serve it to you. They basically abide by the principle of show don't tell, where they very rarely try to make a serious lesson out of it. It's more so just in the backdrop where, like, if you know, you know, if you understand, you understand. And it is amazing. It is incredibly graphic. If you have no tolerance for that sort of thing, you can't watch it. But if you do have a tolerance for that sort of thing, I highly recommend it. From all of the emergency room nurses and doctors I've talked to, at least, like, they have said that this is closely resembles what happens in an emergency room. It's on Max. It's on HBO Max. They don't overdo it. The gore, they definitely overdo it. I mean, it's a lot. There's a full frontal birth. There's everything. Everything is in it. It is incredibly realistic, and I loved it. It's also, much like 24, shot primarily with track shots that greatly increases the tension, and also is shot in real time. So every episode is actually an hour. So it shows basically a 15-hour shift in a Pittsburgh hospital, in the emergency room of a Pittsburgh hospital. I gave it a 9 out of 10. It is an amazing show. I highly recommend it. They don't overdo the woke. I mean, yeah, they don't. They just, like, it's not annoying. It's not annoying. It's not like I'm teaching you a lesson right now. It's more so polite conversations happening amongst medical specialists and the common pitfalls, like the common shortfalls that like even experienced doctors fall into. It's not preachy at all. It's fantastic. Yeah, they cover doctor PTSD from the COVID era as well. There's a lot. There's so much going on in it. Who's your favorite character? Mine is the geeky blonde and the boss's daughter. Oh, it's not even a freaking question, dude. I forget her name, but it's the Indian lady. I think Dr. Mohan. She is my queen. Dr. Samira Mohan is my fucking queen, okay? She is the best. I would love to have a doctor like her. Cares about the patients, sits there with you, hears from you. Obviously, I would love to have a doctor like Dr. Robbie as well. I mean, he's the GOAT. Dr. Mike Rabinowitz. I like all of them. I even end up, by the end of it, I even developed an appreciation for the annoying one. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, Santos. Yeah, even Santos is like a pretty interesting character. They're all interesting. They're all great. That's just most family doctors here in Canada. You can have a Canadian doctor. I can't because I'm not in Canada. Anyway, great show. Fantastic. Yeah, this is your doctor. Okay, bro. Why are you posting sexy photos of my doctor? That's messed up. I like her character. It's not like that. POKIMANE comes out with the most tone deaf take in a while. Lol at HASANABI. Rich people need to shut the fuck up sometimes. What happened? Let me guess. POKIMANE says something that if your favorite content creator said, you would probably celebrate, but because she said it and everybody fucking hates her, it's becoming a big deal because all the most annoying people despise her. Is that what it is? Is that what happened? And then now I will throw my hat in the ring by making a take about it, and then everyone will fucking yell at me too and call me a simp or whatever the fuck. I don't give a shit, okay? She said Bezos is bad, the monster.
Someday we'll have a revolution like that in America. Right? It's getting there, right?
Yeah, we already have one.
POKIMANE calls out rich people while being a multimillionaire. She gets corrected and then says about the ultra giga rich, not her.
What's going on?
The wealth disparity is getting bad.
The wage gap, I hate that shit.
No, wealth disparity.
Wealth disparity.
Wage gap is like between men and women. Men and women, we love each other.
Facts.
And we hate the rich. Anyways. Too much.
Aren't you the rich?
No. Like the ultra rich. The ultra giga rich.
Wow. I'm very mad. I'm very mad at this. By my estimation, POKIMANE is the wealthiest person on the planet. Why the fuck would she ever say that? I mean, yeah, she is rich. She misspoke. Like, what the fuck? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. POKIMANE is lower middle class? No, the fuck she isn't. Shut up. Also, this class dynamic is idiotic anyway. The only class dynamic that you need to fucking focus on is capital ownership versus wage labor. Oh my God. Bro, you can't deny it's tone deaf. It's exactly the type of shit I would have fucking said, and then it would have gotten ethered, which it probably will. Yeah, of course POKIMANE is fucking rich. Of course. The irony here is that she is not responsible for the fucking disparity of wealth. She's talking about systemic inequality born out of all of the super wealthy billionaires and corporate executives that have designed society in a way where you get fucked over, and then you lose your shit at a Twitch streamer saying that. A Twitch streamer that does not have any issue whatsoever with restoring some semblance of wealth equality. I don't know why people do this. I mean, they do this to me all the fucking time too. It's so stupid. Streamers themselves are not, they're not victims in any case. So it doesn't really matter. We are profoundly privileged. We are incredibly fucking rich. We're incredibly lucky. And we certainly are in the bracket of like, very fortunate people, but I think it's because of the closeness that most streamers have to being normal people at a certain point in their lives, as opposed to like a guy who's been a multi-billionaire for the past decade or so. Most streamers have a much nicer and much better understanding of what it used to be like when they didn't have fucking money, and therefore have takes like this. You want rich people to have takes like this. It's very fucking annoying that people yell at rich people that have takes like this.
The unnecessary.
You have to clarify. They're gonna clip that, and it's gonna make you look bad.
Oh,
you gotta say the billionaires.
The billionaires.
Because you are rich.
The Bezos.
You can't be.
I mean, he was right, and they did clip it regardless. This is literally her being less dumb than everyone else in the room, explaining the difference between millionaires and the ultra rich who control the country even out of office is so stupid. No, you don't understand, brother. You don't understand. It's actually POKIMANE that is responsible for the disparity of wealth in this country. Actually, I prefer if she loved being rich and defended Jeff Bezos, because then I could be mad at her for that instead. Yeah, I wonder how that would work. Would that cause all the incels to be like revolutionary Marxists for a moment? I guess they LARP like that all the time. Hey, have you considered going to live with the Houthis? Do you think they would eat up your identity politics? I like that you're you're hitting like numerous angles here. You're like, oh, you fucking dumbass. You love doing woke identity politics, but also part of being woke and doing identity politics is also loving the Houthis, which I hate. But also I like that they don't do identity politics. Like, you're so fucking confused, man. Where are you in the world, dude? Figure out your worldview first before coming at me like this, okay? Do you like the fact that Houthis don't do identity politics? Is that what it is? No, you love their violence, question mark? Don't you love the violence? You seemingly love the violence too. You're like, oh, I love when the American government blows them up. No, you don't. Wait, you don't? Who do you think is a more violent force? A country that is on the edge of the Red Sea that is actively trying to thwart a much more powerful nation from committing a genocide against a population that they are the belligerent occupier of, or the most powerful country on the planet that is literally punishing them with unlimited bombs for the crime of trying to do something about the other country that's doing a genocide? No, no, no. It's who is capable of more violence. What do you mean? Who do you think is more capable of violence? The fucking Houthis or the American military, dumbass? What are you talking about? In terms of the morality here, the Houthis are absolutely, regardless of their domestic politics or whatever, the Houthis are absolutely on a higher moral playing field than the country doing a genocide and the country defending said genocide. Address the point that I'm making rather than pointing at how these guys are scary brown terrorists or whatever. Yeah, by attacking people that didn't attack them. This does not make any sense. A random fucking Palestinian baby did not attack Israel. And yet Israel is doing a genocide on a random Palestinian baby. You will never be able to comprehend what I'm talking about, I think. Listen to my words. Do you think Israel is doing a genocide or not? Do you think Israel is doing a live stream baby murder or not? Every day, every week. Israel is engaging in death, destruction, and carnage in the Gaza Strip. Yes or no? Will you deny reality or will you recognize it? Yeah, and so is Hamas. Okay, no. Don't do the so is Hamas bullshit, okay? Israel is doing multiple October 7s on a weekly basis to the entire Palestinian population as the belligerent occupier, which is completely fucking illegal. So, obvious liar rat, you got really fucking mad about some basic facts here. What are you talking about? 800 to 400, okay? 800 to 400, 1,200 total. That's the number, the death toll of October 7. Israel kills 1,200 people with a much higher civilian per enemy combatant rate than Hamas ever did. This means that Israel is far, far, far greater of an evil than Hamas is. To say you hate the Jews, but I don't. You want me to lie to you so that you can feel more comfortable about your position. Because deep down inside, you understand that you're immoral, that your perspective is incorrect. So you have to fantasize about a thing that I don't believe to make it feel like that's the reason why I'm saying the things that I'm saying. Because if you recognize that we are both operating on the same moral playing field, then all of a sudden it becomes problematic for you to try and engage in this kind of silly ass defense of Israel while simultaneously maintaining the position that Israel is still doing bad things. Eyes on the prize. Stay locked in. So you recognize that Israel is committing a genocide. If you recognize that Israel is committing a genocide, then it's understandable that countries around the region should do something about that, right? To the best of their ability. Like during the Holocaust in Nazi Germany, when the Nazis were overtaking the entirety of Eastern Europe, for example, there were people that were also trying to cut off the supply lines of the Nazi military. Do you feel like those people were in the wrong? Do you feel like those people did not have any right to cut off supply lines to Nazi Germany? Or do you feel like that was an appropriate action to take? I personally think that that was an appropriate action to take. And that's precisely why I think that the Houthis trying to block shipping lanes into Israel to try and force some kind of economic penalty to the state of Israel that is currently doing a genocide to the Palestinian population is perfectly moral and perfectly just. This is the assessment. You either agree with that or you don't agree with that. If you want to have an honest conversation, I will have an honest conversation with you. But it doesn't seem like you want to have an honest conversation. That's why you're fucking vomiting out as many takes as you possibly can about other people now. Not even just about my takes or my perspective that you misunderstand, but now you're just trying to fucking blast as many random takes as you possibly can because you got that moment of attention. So listen to what I'm saying. If you recognize that Israel is committing a genocide, which it is, then you have to understand that countries that are trying to stop Israel from continuing this genocide are actually on the right side of history. They're actually doing something that is moral. Stopping shipping into Israel or into the region to incur economic penalties to Israel, to force economic penalties on top of Israel for the crime of doing a genocide is perfectly valid and perfectly moral. This is precisely the reason why it is appropriate for me to say what I say about the Ansar Allah movement. This is not about their domestic politics. This is not about like tribal affairs. This is not about, the mistreatment of women or whatever the fuck. These are all completely irrelevant in this conversation. That's it. Do you agree with the resistance movements that tried to cut off supply lines into the Nazi military or not during the Holocaust? If you agree with that, then you agree with what the Houthis are doing. Wrong. Killing people is never moral. Don't act like you aren't doing the same thing. Yes, you are supporting them. Wait, what do you mean? Yes, I am. I am saying that. I'm saying why I'm supporting the actions that the Ansar Allah movement has taken in the Red Sea. Do you think that I'm hiding this? Do you think that this is a secret? It is a big part of my commentary on this process. Yes, I am. The idea that killing people is never moral is a silly take to make here. I agree with that as well. Killing people is never moral. Okay, so why act like I'm the only one changing the subject? Wait, what? Okay, well, I'm sorry. I think you're a little too stupid to have a conversation with. I've charitably tried to describe something to you, and I think you're too stupid to understand the words that are coming out of my mouth, especially considering that I'm not changing the subject. I'm staying on subject. The subject started off with the Houthis. I explained it to you. I explained my position on the matter, and I asked you what your worldview is in this process. Okay, you dense motherfucker. Some of you guys are so rude. It's pretty funny how rude like random chatters think they can get because I entertained what they had to say for a brief moment. Like that's so crazy how rude that guy got.